Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. We have already started here. Looking here to chip it through. That has been cut short. And it's Beckham.
Well, as box office names go, Peter, David Beckham is right up there.
Yeah, he gets the turnstiles clicking, that's for sure, but footballing qualities?
Well, I think any defence is going to be nervous because of the sheer quality he can produce.
Especially over a dead ball.
Yeah, not just that, I think in open play he can deliver for fun too.
That is good alertness. Well read, nice interception. Hakimi gets rid without sophistication. Conte. Belletti.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Beckham showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And it's Luis Suarez. Nicely aimed pass. Roberto Carlos. Torres. Now it's Vinicius Junior. That's a fabulous ball. Xavi. Eto'o. Beckham. Roberto Carlos. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. We expected better, and so did he. Half an hour played now. And it's Eto'o. Conte. Barcelona couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Oh, that was vital. And that's put paid to a promising move. Messi. That's a little off target. Shifted upfield. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Fernando and Torres! Conte. Messi. Xavi. And he cuts out the supply. Eto'o. Now it's Xavi. Beckham. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
And it's Beckham. Conte. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Beckham! Oh, the ball's run loose here. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now that's well seen too. Roberto Carlos. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think
Hits one! And he has kicked it out somehow.
that'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first. There's the clearance. Cleared without hesitation. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
And And they're not going to make any further progress now. That'll be a throw-in. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection of what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Caught offside that time. That's a nicely measured pass. Bops him off it and wins back the ball.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause.
He's had a shot! And he's found the net! And that could well be the winner!
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question.
And the shot! Yes, it's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, that pretty much works out as a gift due to the space he was afforded in the box.
That has certainly made things interesting. Oh, what has happened here? Now, can they get it back? Now it's Torres. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Barcelona can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Deep into stoppage time. And Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time. And we are already back underway. Barcelona displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that's got them here. Now can they go one better? Xavi. Gets his pass away.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 15.
Barcelona have their second corner now.
Number 3. Daniel van Buiten. Coming on the field. Number 6. Joshua Kimmich. Number 7. Franz
Well, now it's a race. Has another goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
Eto really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Roberto Carlos. Done delicately. Oh, perfectly measured that. Shapes to shoot! Oh, yes, it's there! Late in the day, this could well be it!
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Madrid go into the lead.
Listen, when it comes to
There will be
goals...
one
Oh, he's
minute
been
added
caught
time.
napping. Deep cross. Keeper sees it all the way. Half-time, extra time.
Hello everybody, and please
Yeah,
join
90
me
minutes
in
long
wishing
gone,
a happy
15
wedding
of an extra
anniversary
30
for one
have
of our
also
fan club
gone,
members.
and the search for a winner is still on. Truly, this is a punishing game on bodies and heads and minds. The outstanding question, the only question, is there still room for one last bit of drama? And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already. They have given it everything. It's been gruelling. But who will be standing at the very end? Bellingham is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Can he get it through? And the counter is on. Upamecano cuts out the pass.
Barcelona need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
That is ended up in no man's land. That looks a good ball. And Torres! Oh, surely that... And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal.
We are glad to inform
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central character. It's Son Heung-min! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Can he finish? It's loose now, a great chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Always onto this. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Haaland. A real chance if he can get through. And through to the goalkeeper. Haaland. He can run onto that. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Messi. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. I think being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school of no-nonsense, but I really like his technique, and again, he's one of these centre-backs or defenders who can get his head up and just pick out a wonderful pass, 40, 50, 60 yards.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. Van Dijk calmly anticipates. And here's Kane. Xavi. Messi. Now it's Messi. He's picked his way through. Messi. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Chooses to go back. Messi. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Oh, there's a probing ball.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Son Heung-min. He's had it! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Conte. Beckham. Messi. Tries to dink it in. And we've reached half-time. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless.
So it's been even so far.
How would you review the
Which
first
way will
half?
things go in the second
Yeah, it's a half that's had
Fouls,
a
of
limp
course.
finish after a
Substitutions
decent
taking
start,
place.
so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Barcelona have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
He's through here. Now it's Messi. Shapes to shoot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. And here's Suarez. Luis Suarez! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket anthem! A finish right from the top draw. The breakthrough strike. The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Oh, the contact was fantastic, right on the bootlaces, and it packed a lot of venom for what was a really potent strike.
987.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Conte. And that's another good win of the ball. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And it's Messi. And here's Xavi. Played back in. And he was alert to it. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Barcelona are definitely going about this the right way.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Cleared without complication. Haaland. Good spot, he's seen the run.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And they're not going to make any further progress now.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
Little pass back, and the shot! No mistake! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
Well, talking about being hit on the break, the ball was in their net before they could even organise their defence. It was fast and furious, and all but unstoppable.
Two up and very little time left. Short. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers.
So there it
Luis
is, everyone.
Suarez
Now
taking
big
in the
up for our
accolades,
players.
having been named man of the match and deserved. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And it's Ribery. That's good vision. Diogo Costa can claim that. And he's intervened well there. Good spot, he's seen the run. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He can get that clear. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Belletti. Strokes it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Iniesta. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Lewandowski tries to clear. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Van Bouten. And it's Conte. And here's Suarez. It's Eto'o! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket and some! He's got himself an absolute peach. Barcelona are in front. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
We've got 5 minutes till half-time.
Eto'o really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And, well, there was a genuine flow about the game. Most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
I think, on the whole, the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Barcelona come off having scored the only goal of the game so far. It's been tight, it's been exciting, and there is certainly plenty for us to chew on during the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Messi. He's chosen to go back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Conte. Oh, this looks sharp. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Aimed beyond the defence. He is through here. And he was alert to it. Batistuta. And it's Batistuta.
The attendance
Your
for this
impressions
match
so
was
far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to
71,198.
look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Beckham. No way through there. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Kane. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, good-looking ball. Has a look and plays it forward. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Now it's Beckham. He's picked his way through.
Such good technique.
And he'll shoot here. And that would have won it.
Yeah, he knew only too well that to concede then would have been tough to recover from. That could prove a big moment in this game. Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And no, he's seen through all of that. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's picked out the run. Eto! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
And there's no surprise who's taking this corner. Cafu with the clearance.
Barcelona can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
That's been cut out, well played.
There will
There'll be a
1
minute
minute
of stoppage
added
time. Belletti. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride.
They came, they
Eto
saw,
picking
and
up
they
the
were
man of the
sent
match
packing.
award, and no
Thank
surprise
you everyone
there.
for your support today. You were more than just
Any
our
reflections
12th
on what
man.
you've seen, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And as you can see, we've already started here. Eto'o! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes. I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
So, a breakthrough already. And he's there to belt it away. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And it's Messi.
Oh, good ball!
And the finish! Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Van Nistelrooy. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Torres. Diogo Costa catches it safely. Baresi gets over and intercepts. Van Bouten. Passing is crisp and sharp. Little pass back.
They're really...
It's Eto'o! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Iniesta. And the pass is intercepted. Messi. Foot in. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Played back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Barcelona applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. That's a little off target. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Oh, the movement is slick. The speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
1 minute added time.
That is good alertness. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
On the evidence of what we've seen, there were their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Barcelona happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Rodri promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Nice interception, well timed. Belletti. Still just a single goal between the sides. Xavi tries making a foray down the right. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Xavi. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And the pass is intercepted. Van Bouten promptly onto that, and that is that. Luis Suarez.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He's going to be disappointed with that.
Peter, I think there's a good chance that opposition strikers...
Ah, he's given it away! And he's on his way! And the finish! And that would have been some goal.
Well, the balance and close control on his run was really sweet. The finish left a sour taste.
Roberto Carlos. And it's Iniesta. Barcelona so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. He's in a great position. Serginho. Van Bouten kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos is offering some sort of an apology there.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Eto'o. Oh, that is really good tenacity. And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. An instinctive delivery. Corner number 2 then. Messi gets it away. Iniesta. Luis Suarez touches it back. Iniesta! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
Barcelona have their third corner. Keeper's dealt with that.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And now they can spring out of defence. That's a nicely measured pass. And it's Iniesta. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! Goal! Barcelona! First blood drawn. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner. Unstoppable.
Barcelona are in front now. The game's only goal.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Suarez is flagged offside. That has been slung wide. Iniesta. Messi. Now it's Eto'o. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's half-time here. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
Please join me in wishing
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
For Barcelona, number 18, Iniesta. Number 10.
There's the start of the
Messi.
second half.
Number 9.
Barcelona
Eto'o.
really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Neymar. Number
Barcelona
14,
do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Mateus is there, and he can get that clear. So their fourth corner of the game. Adams tries to clear. Big chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Suarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
They're up to 5 corners now. Xavi with the short one. Oh, there's the shot! Played back in. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Batistuta, Luis Suarez. Looks like he's been given offside again here. Yes, he has.
Barcelona showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, that's well spotted. Beckham. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Interesting ball.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Xavi. And here's Neymar. And it's Luis Suarez. And they're quick to get it back. Oh, played right into his path. Now it's Torres. And Torres! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Belletti. Luis Suarez. Oh, easy pickings there.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Batistuta. Deftly away. And back to the goalkeeper. Batistuta. And he He's cleared it out of harm's way.
There will be
Added
3
time going
minutes
up
added
here.
time.
It's 3 minutes. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Now it's Mbappe. He has found the way. There's the hit! Oh, this looks sharp. And that interception was... And that is that. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And no, that was never going to make it. Van Dijk goes on a charge down the left. It's a loose ball. And here's a chance. And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, it was hit with great power, Peter, but sadly, not great precision.
De Bruyne. The unmistakable Daniel van Bouten.
One of those players that's been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
And perhaps that's his greatest strength, Jim, his experience.
Certainly one of them, Peter, although for me his all-round game is what impressed most. He's a credible goal threat too, both inside the box and from range.
Eto! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Punched away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Pinches it off him. Van Dijk. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Messi takes control of it and he's on the move.
Messi, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And the pass is intercepted. 15 minutes till half-time. That's a little off target.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Conte. Now Van Dijk. And it's Roberto Carlos. And here's Suarez. And he's being shifted off it. Fernandez. Tries to dink it through. Can he put it away?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Iniesta. Oh, perfectly measured that. Messi. De Bruyne. Messi. Darwin. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And it's Messi. Schneider. Xavi. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Barcelona look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Oh, shooting chance!
Oh, Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Delicate ball, and it needs to be. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That was good alertness. Eto'o. Iniesta.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That's good running with the ball. And it's hoisted clear. And he's straight offside.
Substitution in progress.
Barcelona making another change here.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
That's a shade optimistic. Danger averted for now. He's away. Owen. That is lovely. And Owen! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Barcelona showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that is a little undercooked. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. And here's Suarez. Xavi. And he's really put himself on the line here.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big...
Has a go! Now, who's going to be first to this? No way through, so... Conte! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Shifted upfield.
2
Torres.
minutes has been indicated.
Into stoppage time, and it is still 0-0. Well timed, excellent interception. De Bruyne. And the referee brings it to a close. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. Eto! And he's really put himself on the line here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
If you're looking for options, Peter, then you're looking at Darwin Núñez because he offers loads. A real physical presence who's always going to offer you an outball. But I think what's impressed many people in recent times about him is the pace he can actually bring to get in behind opposition defences. And that doesn't mean he...
Messi! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Torres. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Great chance! So it is still 0-0. That's a sharp pass. He's looking to set free a runner. Eto. Iniesta. And that's been drilled in. And he's there to get it away. Nicked it back promptly. And that has left him in a heap. Roberto Carlos. And it's Messi. Oh, really good feet. He's played it back.
Oh, that's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
And the counter-attack is on for Barcelona. Fiddles it through. Torres. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Always onto this. Shapes to shoot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's what all good teams do these days. Pressing from the front is highly effective.
Van Bouten wins the duel this time. Eto. Rodri and the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. Reflections on the first half?
Well, Peter, apart from the lack of goals, I really don't think there's much to criticise. They've got to keep doing what they've been doing, and eventually they should find a way to the back of the net. Here's hoping for them.
An intriguing half, lacking only in... Hits one! He scored!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here. That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worth the treat.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Luis Suarez. Van Bouten attempts a clearance. And it's Belletti.
The attendance for
outsmarting him this
match
time.
was 70,987.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Belletti. Header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Oh, a delicate chip through. Roberto Carlos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Thinks one through. Well, that's well seen too. Swept it. Now the finish! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Van Balten gets it clear. De Bruyne looking to penetrate opposition lines. Nunez.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Out for a throw.
Substitution.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Belletti gets it away.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Owen. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing, and he had to go with the risk.
An opportunity then to pull clear here. Xavi! Oh, lots on that one, but he couldn't find the target. Oh, red, nice interception. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Barcelona finding their passes. And there goes the final whistle. Barcelona have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Conte taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
Thank you very much.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And Beckham! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Cleared away. That's really well manoeuvred. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Nunez. Nunez wins the duel this time. Barcelona so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. De Bruyne. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Messi. Driving on and making good progress. Now it's Eto'o.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Barcelona have it back and can go again. Belletti.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Now it's Darwin. He is through here. De Bruyne! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. That really was a thing of beauty, curled in effortlessly.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Beckenbauer gets it clear. And here's Eto'o.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Dumps it clear. Barcelona and the half-time whistle goes. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we are back on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Now it's Batistuta. Luis Suarez. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Danger averted for now. Played with finesse. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Aim forwards. He's in plenty of space here. Messi. And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 17.
Barcelona
Suarez.
are able now to
Number
make their
15,
substitution. It's been on the cards
Conte.
for a few moments
Coming
now.
on the field, number
Roberto
20,
Carlos.
Neymar. Number 6.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
70,987.
And he's only too happy to take that back. Beckham. Van Balten attempts a clearance. Your impression so far, Jim?
Barcelona are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
De Bruyne looking understandably energised after his goal. Played back in, and that has put paid to that. And it's Messi. Messi, there he goes, motoring forward.
Oh, really well played.
Oh, that's fabulous. Can he finish? He's got to be quick to recover this.
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Oh, nicely intercepted.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
No, that's been intercepted. Back into the middle, out to the right. And he's gone backward here. And here's Neymar.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
There will be 1 minute added
And
time.
he's there to get it away. Batistuta. Real chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And the referee brings it to a close. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. He's got the shot away! It's there!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Passing is crisp and sharp. Messi. And here's Xavi. He's tried one! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's Messi. He's in a good position here. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Has a shot! He's got away with one there.
Well, the work rate to win the ball back was fantastic, and it set up the opportunity. That's great effort.
Oh, terrible pass. And that is out of play. Mbappe! And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Barcelona are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. 15 minutes till half-time. Real chance here! Eto'o unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, that's a nice ball. Now it's Beckham. Too long and over the line. Now there's a fine ball, and the finish! He's scored! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Oh, listen, the writing was on the wall. It looked like this was going to happen, and it has. Barcelona clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
He's having a go! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Suarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Beckenbauer gets it
There will
away.
be 3 minutes added time.
Nunez with the clearance. Luis Suarez. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. A couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game
So
which
it's
is
been even
right
so
on the
far.
edge.
Which
At
way will
half-time,
things go in the
it's
second
one
half?
each.
Ours, of course.
Well, the scoreline indicates a pretty tight game, but there has been a lot of action in it, and it has been an exceptionally good watch. The score at half-time, 1-1. And we're already back up and running after half-time. He's had a shot! Now that is commitment to the cause. Corner number 2 then. Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Beckenbauer gets good distance on it. Costa Curta. Kimmich. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Beckham. De Bruyne. Eto'o.
The attendance for this
Just
match
about up
was
to the hour now.
71,649.
And that is as far as they're going to go. He's going for goal! It goes to show he is human after all.
Barcelona were again presented with an opportunity to break and look very, very threatening.
Belletti. Kimmich. Messi. Kimmich. Barcelona finding their passes. Real chance! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Substitution.
Barcelona have their third corner. That has been knocked clear. And it's Belletti. Oh, what a... And he's following up! Goal! Barcelona! And again they hit the front. That is just remarkable, the amount of bend he got on that.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
Barcelona get themselves into the lead.
Eto'o, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Mbappe. Lovely feet. Beckham. And Beckham! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Barcelona need to give it everything they have. Kitchen sinking.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Baresi cuts it out. Darren Fletcher. There will be 4 extra minutes. Oh, good read. And that's gone loose. And that is that. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody... Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And as you can see, we've already started here. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Jim, what do you think when you see Beckham?
Where do I start? Winner? Hard...
Eto! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, they got away with it, but that was a defensive letdown to see him march through like that.
Oh, good balls. It's Luis Suarez! Now it's Luis Suarez. He is through here. He's free. He shot a goal! Well, that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. Well, there's the clearance. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Roberto Carlos.
That was lovely, that.
That's a fabulous ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that could set him on his way. That has been cut short. Messi. Suarez is onto it in a flash. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Beckham. Oh, that's a nice ball. Son Heung-min is in a really good position out wide. Ended up in no man's land. Beckham. It's Kimmich. Kaká calmly anticipates. Looking for the run. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's hit it long. Oh, that's a key interception. Kaká. Not the most accurate pass. Son Heung-min. He's got away. Got a shot away. It's bounced back off the post. And somehow he has kept that out. Messi. Luis Suarez. Puyol gets across to intercept that. And it's Luis Suarez. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, that pass isn't the best. And we've reached half-time. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. So the first half brought no goals. And it's hoisted clear.
Barcelona making a fresh attempt to release someone in behind from back to front. And this is something different.
Messi. Guti kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That's been cut out, well played.
attendance for this match
60
was
minutes played.
72,306.
And it's Luis Suarez. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. Kaka. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Now it's Luis Suarez. Can he finish? Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Roberto Carlos. Kimmich. Oh, nicely intercepted. Guti. France looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Belletti. Luis Suarez. He can run onto that. Neuer gets good distance on it. Beckham turns and goes back. He's had a hit! They want to be quick to recover this.
Substitution for France, number 20.
So, time for
Suarez.
changes on both sides, actually.
Pepin. Number 6, Nedved. Coming on the field, number 45, Osserman. Number 14, Schneider.
That has been knocked
Number
clear.
21, De Bruyne. Substitutions taking place.
And it's Xavi.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game...
Osimhen! Osimhen! They've scored! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless. France clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, it's been their hard work that has got him this lead, but I just wonder whether they can keep it up. This may take a toll now.
We are into stoppage time. He's played him through. There's the hit! They've done it! Dying minutes, and we're all square again.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve.
Osimhen! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! A momentary lapse exploited with glee. And yet, and that's that. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down. Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. The action has already started. And Romario! In he goes again! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
And it's Luis Suarez. Romario. And he's found a way. Romario! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Quick, decisive and unerring. A textbook example of how to turn defence into counter-attack. That'll do for me every time.
I doubt. Great chance! He has done it! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And they get themselves in front! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Barcelona take the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And he's surging through. And he's away. And Batistuta! Oh, that is outstanding! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he...
And one more try! Messi. Xavi. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Roberto Carlos. Barcelona looking to pass their way through.
There they go, hunting again.
Mbappe.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Shapes to shoot! Loose ball now. Oh, he's been caught on it here. That's another chance. Goal! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Brazil go into the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Now it's Luis Suarez. And there is the half-time whistle. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Here we go again.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Ah, good steal, he just read it. Now it's Mbappe. Iniesta does really well there, he is strong. And that has left him in a heap. Pass is just off target. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, super find. So, can they find a way to turn round this deficit? Belletti. And it's Luis Suarez. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Xavi. A real chance if he can get through. Adams gets across to intercept that. Mbappe chasing after it. Guardiola. Threads one in. That's a nicely measured pass. Shot a goal! And yes, it's there! And this is getting better and better. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. Brazil take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
They've seen the light and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Cajolu fired deep to... It's a mighty effort! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
He rises! In for the pieces! Yes! And they are pulling clear here. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Guardiola. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Darren Fletcher. Maradona. Oh, nicely intercepted. Xavi. That has been cut short. Now it's Maradona. And the shot's on here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Has been indicated.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Belletti. And that's it. Barcelona played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly.